If it were a year ago, this would be a really big day. It's the last day before break. All the kids are excited. The teachers are in great moods because they see the light at the end of the tunnel. Those 2 weeks where they get to spend time with their families and friends and just breathe a little. But what we often find too in this time before a big break is planning. All the things that we've been putting off, that we haven't been able to do, and all the ways that we're going to make the most of the time when we have it because we get so little of it. This was my habit. At the beginning of break, I'd have all of these grand ideas, all the things I was going to do with family and friends, the places we were going to go. We weren't going to sleep our break away. We were going to make every minute count. A lot of times too, that would involve grading and doing some catching up for school. At least it was kind of on pause for the moment, and I wasn't getting any deeper or more behind as the days went on. But today, I have thought a little bit more. I've grown a little bit in the past year in terms of what should a break look like? And I found myself even now that I'm not in the classroom, that I'm not working, thinking about, okay, the next 2 weeks I have with my son, how can I make the most of it? What are the memories we can do? What are the things, that I should make sure that we're doing? Should. All of these big ideas, the beautiful, perfect Christmas, everybody's going to be in a great mood. We're going to have infinite energy and we're going to do all the things. And I've learned a lot over the last year. Some of that was in an intensive outpatient therapy that I went to earlier this year when I was on leave from work, basically from being unrelentless. And I want to talk about being unrelentless and unrelentless standards today, because I don't think it's something that is unique to me. I've had the unique opportunity to take some time to reflect with counselors and with a group of others who were going through a lot of the same thing. And so I've had the opportunity to learn more about myself and to learn about how destructive these standards can be. So I want to share that as a gift to others as well, and as a gift to myself, as a reminder. I want to encourage everyone to relent over this break or this time, even if you're still working. We have a lot of expectations that come this time of year, all the things that we want, for our families, for our children, even for ourselves. And we forget sometimes we can't do it all. We cannot, the narrative is false. This idea that we can have everything, be everything to everyone is toxic. It's not realistic, and I think that's true for everyone. Did I have a little bit more energy when I was younger? Sure, but I need to recognize where I am now. And where I am now is where I need to be. And it's where I need to set my expectations. Have I done enough? I know that there's, people that talk about this, I am enough and you are enough. And I think sometimes we're kind of like, okay, yeah, whatever. But I really think it's true. With the limits that we have at this point in our life, with our bandwidth, with our energy, with our money in this time when things are really expensive, have I done what I can do? And have I done that not at the cost of something else, not at the cost of my mental health, not at the cost of just being a pleasant person to be around? Our families, our friends, our kids can sense when we're stressed. And so sometimes in trying to make things the best we possibly can, we make them lesser than they could be if we had just given ourselves a break. To relent does not mean to give up. It means to soften. It means to slow down a little bit. And I think that's the best gift we can give to ourselves and to our children, to our families, not to expect us to be everything to everyone. We're expected to do all these things today, to be perfect at work, at home, in our parenting, as a spouse, as all of the different roles we play. And I just want to encourage everyone to just be okay. Just do it okay. Don't lay around every day, but rest in a way that is restful for you. For me, I think what's most often restorative is I really enjoy taking a walk, especially when it's sunny and not freezing outside. I appreciate nature, listening to the sounds, the fresh air, the sun on my skin if it happens to pop out, and just the rhythm of kind of getting out there and with my thoughts. And that doesn't look the same for anyone. I'm definitely not, training for a marathon. I'm just walking. I'm just getting out of the four walls for a bit. So that's something I would really encourage you to think about. What restores you? What would allow you to step back a little bit, reflect on, what are my boundaries? What are my limitations? And what can I do within those to have a restful, enjoyable time? It's not the money we spend. It's not all the comparisons that we make to others and what they're doing. I had a counselor at my school who used to say that, we talk a lot about social media, but I really liked that he said, social media is everybody's highlight reel. Remember that it doesn't always look like that. And I think that's, while again, that may be something we're thinking of as cliche. Yeah, I've heard this before. It really is true. And I think, in comparisons, it's not just what we see on social media, casual conversations, commercials on TV, even our own thoughts and ideas of what we should be in 2022 and all the opportunities we have. It's okay that we don't utilize all of those. Just because we may have some advantages they didn't have in the past doesn't mean that the experience we have today doesn't have some difficulties as well. So never minimize what you're feeling. Never minimize the challenges in your life. And take some time, relent, slow down, soften, and just give yourself a break. Because that's what winter break should be for. And too often we see it as a time to go even harder. So I hope during this season, if you have some time off, even if it's a day or two, for yourself, for your family, for your sons, daughters, granddaughters, grandkids, that just step back and just enjoy the time as best you can. Don't worry about making every moment perfect. If the moment's okay, that's good enough. I hope you have a wonderful holiday. Take care.